Hey guys, it's Kendra. Today I'm doing a Q&A for you. I asked all of you for your not recommendations, your questions on Instagram and somewhere else. So we're gonna answer all of your questions. It has been a crazy day. Crazy day. I've had 2 bridal showers and the girls have just been like crazy since I got home. So I gotta get them ready for bed. We're gonna put their PJs on, clean up the house a little bit, and today's video is also sponsored by DiGiorno. So I'm gonna share the gluten-free pizzas with you guys in the freezer. If you guys, oh my gosh, hey, turn the lights back on. DiGiorno came out with a gluten-free pizza. Does it hurt? Okay, let me kiss it. Mwah, all better. They came out with a gluten-free pizza. It is delicious. And I have the 3 cheese, I think that's what it's called. So I'll show that to you guys. Get that ready. That is Andrew and I's dinner tonight. So once I have them in bed, I think, did they wake up? What time did they wake up from their nap, Andrew?
What?
Do you remember what time they woke up from their nap?
Yeah, they got at noon. They got like 2:30.
Okay. So we're gonna put them in bed early. Yeah, you got a boo-boo. You wanna show them? Oh, poor baby. And you got a bar? And you're okay. You're tough. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm holding you. And let's get to cleaning up the house, shall we? Okay, it's almost time to put the girls to bed, so I've turned the oven on. So by the time they're in bed, we can start eating. We'll sit down on the couch and film all of our questions that we got from you guys. Sometimes it's nice to eat in silence once the girls are asleep. So here is the pizza from DiGiorno, the gluten-free ones that they released, and they're so delicious. I love sharing gluten-free options with you guys because I know it can be hard to find them, and especially gluten-free options that are tasty. So it's 100% real cheese, no artificial flavors, preservative-free crust, and it's also non-GMO. So just a good option if you guys are at the store looking for something that's gluten-free, but you still want your pizza. And you guys know I'm pregnant. I'm almost 17 weeks pregnant, and pizza has been something that I've been wanting a lot. Another plus for this pizza is I can make it from the comfort of my own home. So once I put the girls to bed, I'm gonna change into some sweatpants and get nice and comfy. Definitely be on the lookout for the DiGiorno gluten-free pizza. It's super good, and I know you guys will really like it. Pizza is done, and I am starving.
Me too.
I haven't eaten like much today.
I've been waiting all day to eat.
Yeah.
Really good.
Andrew's on a new, not diet.
Intermittent fasting. Pretty good stuff. I feel really good. You cooked this really well. Really good. Perfectly crisp.
Okay. Want to bring this with us to the couch?
I'm ready.
Okay, so the first question is, what are our plans for the new baby's nursery prep for the baby while having twins? A lot of you guys asked us, like, what are we gonna do with their room?
I pretty much mapped this whole thing out, so I can answer this whole question.
Go for it.
I'm definitely joking. I have no plans with the nursery.
Okay, so
that's all you.
So the playroom that they currently have is going to be the new nursery, and then our office situation is going to be, I'm going to move their toys in there, and it's going to be kind of like office slash playroom. So that is the plan for that. As far as like prepping for anything for the baby, we haven't really done anything.
Like buy stuff for it?
Yeah, like it's early.
And we have that glass chandelier in there, or whatever.
Oh yeah, I want to change that. Yeah, we have like a crystal chandelier, and well, it's not real, but
it's fairly feminine for a boy's room.
Yeah, that all has to go. Okay, a lot of you guys asked about potty training, when we're gonna do that. So I was gonna start when they turned 2, like after the holidays, but they still wake up with a really wet diaper, so kind of want to wait till they can hold it a little bit longer.
We were going to start potty training them together, and me, because I still have to do that as well.
Andrew wets his pants a lot. The next question is, what are things that I do for like self-care? I guess this could be for you too. Like stuff we do to kind of just for ourselves.
For self-care?
I feel like for you, you more like to hang out with other people. Right?
Oh, so this isn't just like how I'd get ready or something? This
no, like something that you do for your own personal well-being. That like recharges you.
Well, so like after work, I usually need at least 30 minutes to just chill. I'll go like lay on the bed and just watch a couple YouTube videos or something like that. That's something I need like almost every day after work. And then, yeah, I also do like have my friends over watching games and stuff. It's in a house full of women. It's nice to get away and hang out with my friends. So
for me, it's like leaving the house alone. I really like. So sometimes I'll have like Andrew's mom or my mom come over for like 2 hours or so, or even just an hour, and I'll just go to like Marshall's or just running errands. To me, alone is like very enjoyable these days. Taking a bath is really nice. Also just like when I do wake up earlier than the girls, that's really nice, just like alone time. So the next, actually, we've gotten this question a lot, which is the new baby's name. So we have a name.
We've had a name.
We've had a name.
We've had it for a long time. I mean, this was a name. Because again, when the girls were born, I think we were both, or when we found out, we were both really thinking they were going to be 2 boys. So we had 2 boy names. One boy name we've really liked for a long time, and I mean, I guess we'll kind of brainstorm still, but at the same time, I think that's the name we'll use. I
mean, and the girls say it, like, they say baby, what the name is, all the time, and it's super cute. So, I mean, we'll probably just tell you guys when the baby's born, just because people have their opinions. Not that it's like a super crazy name or anything.
Yeah, but no, it's not a crazy name, but we are still trying to think about what the middle name's going to be.
Okay, and then also, people want to know if I will do a video on like names that I like but didn't use, and I definitely will, because I love watching those videos.
Names that people
like names like 5 girl names, 5 boy names that I really like that I'm not going to use, because I keep like a list on my phone of all the names that I ever hear and like. So just to give you guys ideas, because we were also thinking of girl names, you know, because it could have been a girl too, but that was so much harder because violet is a color and a flower, so it knocked out like a ton of girl names, because like I liked Scarlet for a girl.
And June is a month, so it knocked out December, November, October.
I also liked May though for a middle name, like M-A-E, and I was like, I can't have a middle name May when I have a June.
Oh my gosh, who cares?
And yeah, so Scarlet's a color, I couldn't do that. There's another color that I liked Hazel. Can't do that with Violet. So like, I felt like it's harder when you have multiple of another gender.
Didn't you want to use purple this time too?
Yes. Oh, a lot of people also asked, when do we know we were ready for baby number 3? That's a good question.
That is a good question.
There's you.
Oh yeah. I always wanted them to be somewhat close in age, and so I feel like they'll be like 2.5 years apart. If it was any further than that, I just would feel kind of bad. I like, so my brother and I are like 3 years, almost 3.5, and I feel like that was kind of pushing it, because I was like a senior in high school and he was a freshman. But you know, I just didn't want to get too far. So for me, that's what I was thinking. And
another thing that like we had to consider is, so our girl's birthday is in December and we hate it. It's like the worst.
Well, there's just a lot going on in December.
Yeah.
I mean, my dad's birthday, you have Christmas, you have New Year's, holiday parties for work, their birthday. It's just so busy.
And I feel like we don't have a ton of friends that have kids, but they all seem to have birthdays in December. Like, it's weird. So,
oh yeah, we went to 2 other kids' birthday parties.
Yeah, it's weird. Like the only 2 other kids that the girls know. But so we didn't want their birthday anywhere near that. So that's why we were like, okay, they either have to be a couple months before, a couple months after, and a couple months before just seemed too soon.
Yeah, so maybe, as bad as it sounds, we kind of were ready to go because we're like, hey, this kid would be born in like the middle of the summer, so
it sounded like a good time.
Let's get to work.
It was like very planned. So, and then we were thinking like, okay, say we don't get pregnant for a couple months, we'll wait longer and avoid the holidays again.
Then we'd shut it down for another 6 months.
Yeah, no. I felt like there was a time, I'm trying to think how old the girls were, like when they were like 1.5, like I just was definitely like nowhere near being ready to have another baby. But then it kind of got to the point where we were like, I feel like both of us just felt like, okay, now it's like, it seems like a good time, right? Like it just, and then also we, you know, thought about maybe having 4 kids. That was another question. Like now, since it, you know, it's a boy, do you feel like you're good with 3? And it definitely changes things, because if we had another girl, I would maybe want to have another one just in case we had a boy, like for you, kind of.
Yeah, just to maybe try for a boy. It was funny before having this one, because I had always told Kendra I want like 4 or 5 kids. Now with this next pregnancy and everything, I'm kind of like, you know what? In my head, I kept thinking, it'd be nice to just be done having kids. You got 3 total, whether it's all girls or maybe we have 1 boy, whatever. But I didn't want to tell her that because I didn't know what
and I literally was thinking the same thing at the same time. It was weird.
But then once we found out it was a little guy, like, I think my first reaction was, I was like, whoo! But then the second thing was, all right, we're done having kids.
That's what you said. That's right what you said. And when he said that, I was like, oh, thank God. Like, I felt so, like, relieved. I felt like, okay, from the get-go, when we found out when we had twins, I felt like I'd be okay with having 4, because I didn't want the 3rd baby to feel like left out. Like being a twin, I feel like it's very special. So if you were the next born, like maybe you'd feel left, especially if you're a girl. But now that it's a boy, I feel like he's the little boy. Like he's his own.
He'll be somewhat special on his own because he's different gender.
Yeah.
And
he's just one.
Yeah. I don't know. I just, like, I kind of do want to stop at 3 now, because it's almost like when you get a new dog. Getting a new dog is awesome, but I remember with Kyla, like, Kyla's well trained. She's got her little incontinence issue right now, but for the first year, man, it's tough to, like,
it's hard.
You know, you got to spend a lot of time training them right, and then after that, things are good. Like with our girls now, they're just fantastic.
But like in the groove.
Now it's like, oh man, you got to go back down to baby level again and then retrain something.
I know, I keep thinking about that, because like one of my friends has a newborn, and I'm like hearing all the, you know, like nursing and like sleep, and I'm like, oh my God, like it just seems like so long ago and like a whole nother world, and like I don't remember any of that, and it like freaks me out.
I mean, I definitely have a little bit of the second child syndrome. I like told all my friends this. I tell all my patients this at work all the time. Like for the first pregnancy, I feel like every day I was rubbing Kendra's tummy, trying to listen.
You were like talking
and I
to
was, like,
it,
doing stuff. Now it's like, what do you do?
What has been the biggest challenge for us raising our twin girls so far? I would say newborn. I would say month 1 to 4.
I just feel like going into it, you just understand, okay, this is a child. This is going to be difficult. This isn't like raising a 20-year-old kid or something. Like, I don't know, I just kind of understood. What? I just kind of understood, you know, like if someone's 20, you can talk to them, reason with them and stuff.
Oh.
You're basically raising a wild animal. I mean,
yeah.
They don't know anything.
Yeah.
They poop themselves. So I just kind of realized it was going to be tough. Yeah, I just try not to be a complainer in anything in my life. So the thing that bugs me the most is when people are like complaining about their kids. It's like, well, you decided to have one. Like, I mean, you kind of got yourself into this. Like,
yeah.
Literally being born is something every single person has in common. It's the most common thing in the history of life. So,
and also I think like having twins first was a cool like blessing, because it kind of forces you don't have much, I feel like you don't have much downtime with twins. Like it's like very constant. You don't have time to overthink things, which I think is good, because I feel like being a parent, there's a lot of things you can like overthink about and stress about that.
No, that makes a lot of sense.
I just didn't stress about.
Yeah, I feel like that's true for almost any situation. If you ever have like some downtime and you think back on it, you're like,
yeah,
oh man, that sucked. Oh, that was tough. But if you're like constantly going,
right,
you just have to meet that challenge.
Right, you just do
so
it.
You don't even think about how tough it is. You're like, yeah, you just gotta get it done.
Another question we get a lot is if having twins has changed our relationship. I think we talked about this last Q&A.
I mean, maybe it has, but it's been so long now.
It just feels normal.
It just feels like normal.
I think the only thing that would change if we had one as opposed to twins is I would do most of everything if I had just one. Like I would probably change the diaper all the time. Like, because to me, it's like more work to ask him to do something than it is to just do it myself. Well, I've realized that. Like, I feel like sometimes I'll like ask you, hey, can you do this? Can you do this? And it's like, it's more stress of asking you and like waiting for you to do it than I could just do myself in that amount of time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I
it's also part of my strategy right there.
Yeah, I know. So if I just had one baby, I feel like I would be the one changing all the time. But with twins, it's kind of like I got her and you got the other one, which is cool.
Yeah, no,
you know,
I definitely have had to take at least one, because yeah, I would feel bad if I'm just like, okay, she changes double all the time, I do nothing. But yeah, so some of my friends who have had like one baby at a time,
they don't do much. Huh?
They don't do much, or like hadn't changed many diapers. I'm like, what do you mean you haven't changed a diaper?
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just pretty normal.
So that's kind of nice, because I feel like we can split things up since there's two. So I wonder what it'll be like the next.
You're doing it all.
You take the girls and I'll do the baby and you got the girls. Or we can switch.
Oh, maybe they'll be potty trained by then.
Oh, yeah. Then I'll get the girls. I feel like they're going to be like super cute with him.
Yeah, I think they're going to take care of him.
Yeah.
See, now they're pretty good at like getting their own stuff. If you ask them like, hey, pick that up, they'll go get it and bring it to you.
They'll do what you say.
I'll pretty much park on the couch.
I think they'll be really sweet, because they're sweet to like their little dolls. So I think they'll be, people have been asking like, do you think they'll be jealous? And they're definitely, like the two of them are very jealous of each other. Like today, and they're freaking out about sitting on my lap, you know what I mean? But I don't know if they're going to be jealous of the baby. I think it'll be different. I hope it will.
I mean, they already, like, if we say, where's the baby? They say mommy's tummy, and they go, oh, cute. And like,
and then they kind of like, I think sometimes they're a little confused, like, where is the baby? Like,
yeah, I don't think they really understand
what
that means.
No.
It's almost like they've been trained just to say it.
How excited are you to have a boy? Coming from a mom of 3 boys. I'm super excited. I was telling my mom this, I was like, I feel like I shouldn't be as excited as I am, because I feel like bad, because I'm so excited it's a boy. But so my mom had 2 boys, and then she had me, and I have a younger brother as well. But she didn't find out what I was until I was born, and she said she convinced herself that I was a boy the whole pregnancy, because she didn't want to be like super hopeful of a girl, you know. And so she said when I was born, she like cried because she was so happy. But it was like the same kind of feeling, like we already had 2 girls, and I was like, there's a good chance that this could be a girl. But secretly, like, I thought it'd be nice to have a boy, so I was excited.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely excited. I mean, hopefully
it's not like I would
boy,
be like super let down if it was a girl.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of cool to have a boy now. We already have 2 girls.
I mean, I still am going to do a lot of stuff with our girls that I've wanted to. Like I want to get them into certain sports, and I'm going to really be into that. But at the same time, you know, like little boy, I would think he'd have a lot of the same interest I have, especially if I'm the one raising him. I can almost indoctrinate him into some of the things I like. So.
And I feel like the guy always wants to have a son.
Yeah, so...
Whereas I don't think I would have been that...
I mean, definitely all my friends are really excited. They're, you know, they all want to help coaches teams and stuff like that. All my buddies I grew up playing sports with and stuff. I'm definitely looking forward to it. There's no doubt about it, so...
It's kind of cool because I was thinking like both of our families have more boys than girls. Andrew it's him and his brother, and then he has a sister, and then I have 3 brothers and I'm the only girl. So we've been used to kind of that, and I always pictured myself with boys and like maybe a girl. And now we'll have more girls than boys, which is kind of cool. It's like flipped. You know?
It's a generational thing, I feel like, because both your brothers who have kids, I mean, there's more girls.
I know.
There's 1 boy between, now there will be 2.
Some of you guys asked about labor, if I'm like nervous second time around. And I am, just because I had a C-section with them, and there's a chance that I could do a VBAC with this baby, which is the goal. And my doctor, so not all doctors are comfortable doing them, so it depends on the doctor. But my doctor said he does them, so that made me happy. So he told me there's a 1 to 2 chance, 1 to 2% chance of your uterus rupturing, which I feel like is very low. And also he checked like the scar internally to see how it's healed, and he said it looks really good, and from the outside. So he said, as long as you stay fairly active during your pregnancy and like everything is like healthy and everything looks good, then it should be fine. But you never know. And I just kind of am like to the point where I just want what's best for the baby, and especially after the girls, I like wanted a vaginal birth so bad with them, and I didn't have one. So, but it was just like we just couldn't. So I don't know. I just kind of feel like whatever's meant to be will happen.
Yeah. I don't have too much input on that one.
What do you have to say? Oh, somebody asked if I want to do my placenta again. 100%.
But I'm actually going to eat it this time.
Oh, yeah.
So...
You can steal some pills?
Yeah. I'm just going to throw it on the grill and cook it.
So I had it encapsulated. I think it was dehydrated. And my placenta was like this big. No joke. It was like a gigantic ribeye. I had double the pills that most people get for 1 placenta. So what I found to help with it is it helped with my hormones. It helped kind of regulate my like emotions after I had the girls, because I was really terrified of postpartum depression with twins, because they say it's super common because you have so many hormones and they go out of whack. So it helped with that. It helped with my milk supply and just like a lot of things. So I definitely will do that again. I found the person who did mine was just local, so I would just, if I were you, just to Google it and find somebody who does it near you. Is this current house the only house we've lived together in? Where do we live together? Oh, did we live together before we got married?
So no, we never lived together before we got married. We lived in apartments before this, so I lived in what, 3 or 4 different apartments, and so 2 when I was in school, and then 1 up in Seattle.
One more question, which is words of wisdom or advice for becoming parents, making it through the first few months.
Okay, so
you want to go first?
I mean, I think this is kind of what I lived by, and I feel like a million people will tell you a million different things. There's millions of books written out there and stuff. I think a lot of folks, if you just relax and just kind of rely on your own instincts, I feel like it's just instinctual for people to just kind of take it over and, you know, just kind of know how to take care of the kids. I mean, obviously, you know, there's nothing wrong with reading books or getting people's advice. That's definitely smart. I just feel like if you relax and let it come to you, you just kind of figure out how to take care of them. So my one thing would be to relax, I guess.
And just hearing you say that now, you know, because like I already have 2 kids and I'm still kind of nervous for this baby. because it's like you kind of forget about everything. And I need to just remember that I didn't know anything when I had them, but it was fine. And you just kind of like get into the groove and do what works for you, because yes, you will have so many people telling you like, this is wrong, this is what you need to be doing. But do what you want to do, and it's your child. You know, do what's best for them. Trust your gut. I just feel like, I don't know, you definitely have like a...
Yeah,
no. I don't know, it's like an instinct. It's definitely like an instinctual thing.
That you know what's right, particularly with how you want to do it or whatnot.
There's so many like things out there now, like, you know, blogs and whatnot, telling you like how things, especially like timelines of like, at this many months your baby needs to be doing this. Like, I didn't read any of that stuff because it just stresses you out.
Yes, and that's another thing. I mean, just being a physical therapist, so I've done a little bit of pediatrics, and so I know, you know, there's certain timelines for certain developmental landmarks and stuff, and people do freak out if, let's say, you get to 5 months and your kid's not doing something particular, like, uh-oh, what's going on here? It's okay. Like, people always vary. One thing I always think of is Einstein, who's considered one of the smartest people ever. The guy didn't talk till he was like 5 years old. Also, like, when you're in the moment, things can feel like they're a super big deal. Thinking back on just like little things that the girls would do, like that's, like Violet had baby acne. And I remember at the time thinking like, this is the worst thing ever. She would always get worried too, because if they crash and fall, oftentimes they have bruises on their head or dents. And she's like, she's gonna have this for her life. And I was like, Kendra, it's gonna go away. At the time, you think like something's gonna last forever, but now looking back, it's like such a tiny little glimpse into their like first year. Like also, as a little kid, you were at the peak of human healing and stuff, so they are. I mean, think about all the times they fell. Like they would have like I look back on like some pictures, like bruises all over their face. Kids are gonna fall. Kids are like designed to fall. They're designed to take impacts and fall. That's how they learn. I definitely like worry more about it. I was like, okay, whatever. Andrew's always like, they're okay. I'm like looking at them. I'm like, they have a dent. They have a dent in their forehead. That is it for our Q&A. Thank you guys for asking questions. And I am tired. I'm feeling great now. I'm ready to go do something. I might go to the gym or something right now. Oh my god, it's almost like that time. So, all right, guys. I'll talk to you very soon.